Hi everybody! What you're about to see is something unexpected that happened one Sunday afternoon while I was in Illinois making some new Grandma's House programs. It was the cruise day off, so we had nothing planned for the day, but I got wind there was a festival of boats and balloons going on in a little town about 70 miles away. So I grabbed Brad and Valerie, Tyler and Tiara, and away we sped to get in on the action. And in a minute, you're going to see what happened next. Right now we're over here at the pond watching a cardboard boat race. The kids had to build their boats out of cardboard and plastic and duct tape. And it's exciting. There they go. Oh, look. Well, some of them go down just right away. Yeah. Go, go. Woo. Paddle, paddle. Come on. Go, go, go. The kid with his own hands. See, look. Uh-oh, the kid with green hair on top capsized. Go, kids. Woo! Whoa, come on, kids, go, go. You think so? 45? Yeah, he's way out in the lead. There he is back there. Oh, look at him. He's the one without a paddle. He's in second. Good for him. Coming up fast. Come on, sweetie. Catch that boy. Go, go. Go. Oh, don't turn around. Come on, come on, come on. Get in there. Yay. It was really fun to watch those kids trying to float their homemade cardboard boats. But as soon as that was over, Valerie, the kids, and I crossed the field to watch the crews getting their balloons ready for the flight. Then we found out that one balloon was selling rides to anybody who wanted to go. And boy, did we ever want to go. So we bought our tickets and climbed aboard. Watch this. Hey, who could go to a balloon festival without going up in the balloon? Come on. Tyler and Tiara, we're going. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Yay. Oh, he waved to Daddy. Hey! Woo! You're way big. Woo! Finally, it was time for the race to begin. And oh, they were all so pretty and I wanted to go so badly. So you know me, I actually found two pilots willing to take Brad and me up in their balloons. Watch this. All right. Hi, kids. Oh, how fun. That roaring noise you hear once in a while is the propane? Is that how you power this?
That's the burners, yes.
That's the burners. Oh, wow. Oh, this is just too cool. Oh, this is a fantastic view from up here. Whoa! Oh, this is a view you never get to see down the ground. We're looking at the top part of the balloon, and they've opened it up to let all the gas out. And the wind is trying to refill it as we're letting it out. And we're pulling with all our might, aren't we? Sometimes we're making progress, and sometimes we're not. Oh, can you smell? You can smell the propane when it comes out? Ah, oh, there it goes. Up, and here comes the wind again. We're tying it together so it doesn't.
So we can fit it back in that bag.
Back in that little tiny bag. It has, huh? They promised that it'll fit.
I got it.
All right.
Got it. No, oh, wait. Ready, grab right here. Grab another balloon car right here. Grab another balloon.
Oh boy, here it goes.
Don't get another one. Here's the flap. Put the flap on it. You guys get the air out of it.
Come on, kids.
Get up here. Jump on.
Watch your hands up. Don't bang head. There you go. Squish it down.
Squish it. Squish it. Squish it. Hey guys, the balloons are done for the day, but it has been so much fun. I just wonder if you wouldn't like to write to me and tell me what you think about all this. I'd love to hear from you. You know I would. So get out your paper and your pencil and get ready to write down my address. I'm just dying to hear from you. All right, you ready? Here it is.
Hey kids, Grandma Joyce would love to hear from you, so why not sit down and write her a letter? Like every grandma, she loves to get pictures, drawings, or anything else you send her. Just write to Grandma's House, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Her email is grandma@3abn.org. That's grandma@3abn.org. So what are you waiting for? Write her today.
You know, we've traveled around this season by lots of different vehicles. There were sailboats, the steam train, the antique car. We've hiked by foot, ridden in a horse-drawn wagon, zoomed in and out and over the waves on a jet ski. But floating along in the atmosphere, just skipping from treetop to treetop, has got to be my all-time favorite way of getting around. You know, I don't know if you could tell it, but Brad and I got separated during the race. The balloon he was in caught a better gust of wind than mine did, and off he soared. Faster and faster, higher and higher, and farther away he sailed until we lost sight of each other. Toward the end of the race, I didn't even know where he was or where he might land. Anyway, as it was getting dusk, the lead balloon set down in a field, and all of the others tried to get as close to his landing spot as they could. Well, our pilot could see that other balloons were landing closer and sooner than we could, So he picked out a nice level pasture for our landing site. When we were just a couple of feet from the ground, there was a gentle updraft kept pushing us up a little bit while he kept trying to set the balloon down gently. So instead of hitting our mark like we'd planned, our balloon just kind of bounced up and down and skidded across the field. It was coming nearer and nearer to the end of the field and the beginning of a cemetery full of tall headstones and monuments. When our pilot realized that he couldn't set the balloon down in time, he quickly fired up the jets to lift us high enough not to hit the trees at the edge of the cemetery and to not run any into the grave markers. Eek! We weren't going to make it. The ground crew were running around after us as fast as they could, trying to grab the ropes and pull us down, while we in the basket were holding on for dear life and bumping along the ruts in the ground. Finally, somebody held on tight to the rope and dug at his heels so he wouldn't be pulled along too. Our basket tipped to one side, it hit the dirt, and it rolled over, spilling out passengers as it went. Well, all except for me. I was caught under the bars that the fuel tanks were fastened to, and had been knocked down to the floor of the basket when we tipped, and now I was trapped. I thought about the fact that the burners were very hot, and that we still had lots of propane on board, and that now the whole thing was on its side and fuel might start leaking. Somebody was yelling, "We've killed Grandma! We've killed Grandma!" while others ran to help me find my way out of the basket and through the headstones on the graves. Well, as soon as my feet were free from the ropes and other paraphernalia, I couldn't help but burst into laughter. How funny it was. I think that I'm probably the only grandma in the whole world who has crash-landed a hot air balloon into a cemetery. It was the best rip-snorting good time I've had in years. But it sure set me to thinking. About following Jesus, I mean. When we first get to know about him, it's kind of like watching the lead balloon lifting off the ground. We know Jesus lifted up from the earth and went back to heaven soon after he died and rose again, and he didn't need a hot air balloon to do it either. In our imaginations, we can picture him lifting higher and higher until he disappears from our sight. And we love him so much we want to go where he goes. We want to follow him. So we hop on our own balloons with the best pilot we can find, and off we go into the wild blue yonder. We do our best to keep up with him, but sometimes the winds blow us off course, or we can't find just the right altitude that will take us in his direction. Pretty soon, all of us, in our different balloons, are separated from him and each other, and we're spread out all over the sky. You know, the pilot we've chosen could be a pastor or a teacher who loves Jesus very much and wants to follow him too. And they do their very best to guide us on our journey. But they're only human, and sometimes they make mistakes. And our balloons end up somewhere we didn't plan on at all. Like the cemetery. The only way to be absolutely, positively sure you end up where Jesus is to get into his balloon and let him be your pilot. Then you'll win the race every time and always be with him. That's what I want too. And I know that you want that too. So, until the next time, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. He's the best pilot there is.